So we start this new term with a new topic, electricity, Unit 5. Let us know about the learning objectives of this lesson. Know about the basic properties of electric charges. Explain the transfer of charges between two objects. Understand the working of electroscope. Recognize the effects of electric current. Our next heading, assembling different electric circuits and list of the applications of electricity. Okay, what is the base of electricity? We all know that all things made up of elements. Elements is made up of atoms, which are the smallest units of all things. John Dalton, a scientist, considered that atoms cannot be divided further. But it was found out later through Rutherford's gold foil experiment that atoms are made up of particles like protons, electrons, and neutrons. The electrons in a material, that is, the movement of electrons in a material constitute electric current and generates an energy called electrical energy or electricity. We use this flow of energy, that is the electrical energy, in our daily life to run out various appliances like washing machines, refrigerators, electric bulbs, fans, iron box, etc. etc. So today's lesson we are going to study about electric charges and how they are transferred. This lesson will also cover electric circuits and the effect of electric current. Okay, now try to understand the basic atom model. An atom consists of protons, neutrons and electrons. The protons and neutrons forms the nucleus of an atom and the electrons revolve around the nucleus in different orbits. In an atom, the number of protons and electrons will be equal. These electrons in the inner orbits are attracted by the protons in the nucleus. But the electrons in the outer orbits are loosely bound and they can be easily removed from the atom. This is the base of forming electric charges. From the atom model, we understood that protons are in the nucleus, but electrons are revolving around the nucleus. Especially the free electrons are in the outermost shell. They can be removed easily. But what makes this charge? What is charge? Charge is the basic property of matter that causes objects to attract or repel each other. We will see the charges in detail. There are two types of charges. One is positive charge. The next one is negative charge. Protons, which are in the nucleus of the atom, carry positive charges. Electrons, which are revolving around the nucleus, carry the negative charges. So these charges makes two kinds. There are two kinds of charges. One is like charges. There are positive and positive charges from two elements, or negative and negative charges from other two elements. They make like charges. But unlike charges, a positive charge from one element and a negative charge from another element makes unlike charges. So according to the theory of electromagnetic attraction and repulsion, these unlike charges, these like charges repel each other. when they come in contact or when they come closer to each other, they repel each other. But unlike charges, attract each other. This is the law of electromagnetic attraction and repulsion. What it is? Like charges repel each other, unlike charges attract each other. Next, what is the measure of charge? The charge is measured in coulomb. Coulomb is denoted by the letter C. A small charge can be exist in these particles. That small amount of charge is known as elementary charge. E. It has some value. The value of elementary charge is 1.602 into 10 to the power of minus 19 coulomb. How they are exist? Protons have positive elementary charge, E plus E. But electrons have negative elementary charge, that is minus E. So, how should be the atom? Since the protons as well as the electrons are equal in number, an atom is electrically neutral. Okay, but how these charges are formed in an atom, how they get transferred, that we will see now. We know that electrons in the outermost shell can be removed easily. So, the substance which loses electron will become positively charged, and the other substance which gain electron will become negatively charged. This way, the transfer of charges takes place in the substances. This can be done by three ways. One is transfer by friction, transfer by conduction, and transfer by induction. We will see one by one. First one, transfer by friction. This can be explained with a small experiment. Rubbing a home with the hair can attract small pieces of paper. Shall we see that experiment now? Okay. Take a comb and place it near some pieces of paper. Are they get attracted to the comb? No. Now comb your dry hair and place it near them. What do you see? You can see that the paper pieces are attracted by the comb now. How is it possible? The comb rubbed with the hair gets electrons and negatively charged. These electrons are accumulated on the surface of the comb. When the piece of paper is teared into bits, positive and negative charges are present at the edges of the bits. Negative charges in the comb attract positive charges in the bits of paper. So the paper bits are moving towards the comb. While combing the hair, charges are transferred from the hair to comb due to friction. Okay. So how charges are produced by friction? Rubbing certain materials with one another can cause the buildup of electrical charges on the surface. That's why the charges which is created on the comb, teeth of comb, attract the paper pieces. Next example, a glass rod when rubbed with silk cloth. When we rub a glass rod with the silk cloth, this glass rod loses electron because the electrons are loosely bound, freely bound on the outermost shell of the glass rod. So it loses electron and becomes positively charged. But the silk cloth has excess electron. It gains the electron from the glass rod and it will become negatively charged. This is also an example for transfer by friction. Next is an example of rubbing an ebonite rod with fur cloth. When we rub the ebonite rod with fur cloth, what happens? See, you can see the fur comes out of the cloth. So, the fur cloth easily loses the electron. But the ebonite rod gains the electron. So, the ebonite rod which gains the electrons and becomes negatively charged. But the fur cloth, it loses the electron and becomes positively charged. From these two experiments, we know that two materials, when rubbed against each other, they both gain some charges because of the movement of electrons only. The substance which gains the electrons become negatively charged. The substance which loses the electron will become positively charged. Here there is no movement of positive charges. That is, the protons will never move. The next process, charging by conduction. Charging by conduction is the process of charging an uncharged object. The uncharged object is brought in contact with another charged object. The charged object has an unequal number of negative charges electron and positive charges proton. Now, when the charged object is brought in contact with the uncharged object, the electrons get transferred from the charged object to the conductor. Now the uncharged conductor gets charged through conduction. Let us understand charging by conduction with the help of an example. Now keep a neutral conductor on an insulating stand as shown above. Initially, the conductor has an equal number of electrons and protons. Now take a ebonite rod and rub it with fur. When the ebonite rod is rubbed with fur, the ebonite gets negatively charged and the fur gets positively charged. Now touch this negatively charged ebonite rod with the conductor AB. The excess electron flow into the conductor AB. The conductor AB has an excess of electron. Due to this excess of electrons in conductor AB, the conductor gets negatively charged. Even when the ebonite rod is removed from conductor AB, the conductor remains negatively charged. Thus, we can prove the charging by conduction through this activity. We can move on to the next point, charging by induction. Charging by induction is the process of charging an uncharged object without touch between the object, in which a charged object is brought near to the uncharged object without touching it. Let us prove with a small example, this charging by induction. For this, we take an uncharged metal sphere and negatively charged plastic rod as shown above. Now, we bring the negatively charged plastic rod near the uncharged sphere. Charge separation occurs. Positive charges in the sphere get attracted towards the plastic rod and they move to one end of the sphere that is closer to the plastic rod. Similarly, negative charges get repelled from the plastic rod and move to the another end of the sphere. Thus, on the sphere, positive charges are nearer to the plastic rod and all the negative charges are farther away from it. And when the sphere is connected to the ground through the wire, free electrons of the sphere flow to the ground. Thus, the sphere becomes positively charged by induction. This is called the charging by induction. In this session, we have discussed the structure of an atom, what are electric current or electricity, and the charges, the two kinds of charges, positive and negative charges, how they are created. They are created by friction, conduction, as well as through induction. Based on this work, a small assignment is given. open it and do it. Thank you.